Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Purgatory, and I'm bringing you a brief review of the brand new Call of Duty World War II DLC called The War Machine. Comes with 3 basic maps, 1 new war map, and a new zombies map called the Shadow's Throne. I will be going through the multiplayer maps, go through the war mode map, and then touch on the zombies map. If you guys did not see, last night I actually posted some gameplay of the 3 basic maps of Egypt, Dunkirk, and V2. I posted those up over on my YouTube channel, on this channel. If you guys want to check that out, go ahead. It is completely up to you. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. So Egypt, I would have to say, is my favorite map of this whole DLC because I like the way it flows. I like the size. It's not completely square. It's more rectangular. And there's very different lines of sight. It's very SMG, AR based. There's some pretty cool sides. Like, it's dedicated 3-lane. It's fantastic. And I just love the setting of Egypt. I think it's a very unique map because you really don't see many maps like this. So that is something for me. And so, going on to the next one, we're gonna go on to V2. So V2 is a brand new map as well. Yeah, why did I just say that? Anyways, V2 is based on, I think it's like a V2, like the nuke basically that you get in the game. It's based on the factory there. Can't remember the exact location, but it's basically a very small map, a little bigger than Shipment, but it's basically like the square of Shipment. Like, there's a tiny little square in the middle that everybody fights over. There's a little rocket button that you can activate, and this is one of my least favorite maps in the whole game, to be completely honest, and my least favorite map in the DLC, obviously, because I'm not one for hectic stuff. I mean, it's Call of Duty, so it's gonna get hectic, but like I wouldn't have many complaints with this map if the second grate in the middle building didn't exist. Like, I love the addition of the rocket, but if they completely got rid of the second grate, or at least made it another solid 4 that you couldn't shoot through, I would have no problems with this map. But just that reason alone made it kind of difficult for me. Like, I know it's a cap point for domination, and it's like, but it's an easy camping site for team deathmatch, free for all those other modes. The thing is, like, yes, you can shoot up through them, but if you're good enough, you can defend it both vertically and horizontally. And I don't know, I didn't really like the map because I think it was just very based on the middle part, while Shipment was based on basically all around the map. Action can happen anywhere, and most of my engagements on V2 were mostly in that little box where the rocket was. My favorite addition to the map, though, is why I make it not my least favorite map in the whole game, but it's kind of down there because this is very minute. But yeah, if you go to the top of the rocket, you can activate a button. It says do not press on it. You know you're gonna press it. But if you press that button, the rocket exhausts go off and it blasts fire, cooks everybody else under the rocket, and basically you get the kills for it. But and that's a pretty good addition to the map. But the map didn't float quite well to me. It's not my favorite, but I will play it if it comes up. Up next is Dunkirk, and they say this map is not really a remaster because it technically isn't. But if you compare BOG for Modern Warfare and this map together, they look almost identical. So Dunkirk, obviously it's based in Dunkirk. So there's the left side or the right side or whatever. There's the building side where it's mostly dedicated for AR, SMG, shotgun. Then there's the beach side to where it's very much sniper oriented, but you can basically snipe from anywhere in this map. Like, if you go up in the 2 buildings, there's this little this little window in the 2 buildings. You can easily get shot right out of that building. Like, if you're not careful, at least. Like, if you play it smart, you could hold off really well there, but you're not really gonna get much. But yeah, Dunkirk right now, it's a little overplayed. That's like all everybody's playing in the mosh pit, and it's kind of getting tiring. But it's a pretty solid map. I think I like the map a lot. It's the middle MP map. So yeah. Anyways, so Egypt, Dunkirk, and V2 is my list from most favorite to least favorite in the whole DLC. Up next is Operation Husky. I played 2 or 3 matches of this. I didn't have too much fun with this map, to be completely honest. I love the dogfight at the end, but the rest of it just didn't get me. Like, it didn't really grab me a lot. Like, the addition to tripwires was cool, but it didn't really do much for me. This whole map, like, I don't know, I wasn't really excited to play it. I mean, I love the war mode for Call of Duty World War II, but this map, it's not up there with the others. So I definitely won't recommend, like, I would check this out just to check it out if you like to explore, but it's not the best one that they've released. I think Operation Intercept, of all the DLC maps, I think Operation Intercept is definitely very good. So yeah. So I mean, Operation Husky honestly is down to the bottom with me with all the war maps, to be completely honest. It's below Operation Neptune. And I don't like Operation Neptune all too much. But whatever. Anyways, going on to the next. Oh wait, no. Going on to the next thing. Yeah, the new zombies map, the Shadow Throne. Holy. The Shadow Throne is absolutely a fantastic map. So, the Shadow Throne takes place in Berlin, and you have to warn people of Straub's and zombie invasion. And basically, like, honestly, like, I mean, I helped Greg FPS and the people solve like half of the Easter egg. I haven't done it myself yet, but I've helped them solve it. But I've trained a zombie, but it was still cool to be able to like actually help them with some suggestions and some ideas. So Greg, if you are watching this, I do thank you for letting me join you guys with this. It wasn't boring. I will say that much. It wasn't boring. But, like, training a zombie, it's whatever. I mean, it's all good and all that stuff. Like, but at least I was able to talk with you guys and be able to make suggestions instead of sitting there quietly and just run around in a circle. I mean, I did kind of do that because I was getting tired, to be completely honest. But either way, I did enjoy spending the time because we all found like a good part of the Easter eggs together without looking up much guides unless we kind of gave up. But it was actually very fun to do that with you guys. Anyways, Shadow Throne, I think, is the top map for me right now. So it's the Shadow Throne, the Final Reich, and then the Darkest Shore. The Darkest Shore I liked, but I didn't really like the fog too much. The fog, it worked, and the Easter egg worked. But there is a step in the Easter egg that I did not enjoy whatsoever, which was the whistling step, the one that was bugged where you had to do the pattern of the perks. I didn't like that step. And like basically doing the skill shots with the saw blade. Those 2 steps I weren't too big of fans of, but the rest of it was fantastic. But I did like the map, but it just, those reasons didn't really sit well for me. But anyways, the Shadow Throne is almost perfect. There's one little step in there that I didn't like too much, and it was I think the smuggler step. Everything else is fine from what I've seen. Everything else seems fine, and they're all good. They're all not incredibly ridiculous to do. Even though hard is good, it's not tedious, I guess. There's hard, then there's tedious hard. My camera's a little blurred, but you guys are going to see some gameplay other than my face. But anyways, that's going to be about it for this review. The verdict of this, I would give this DLC a 9 out of 10. It was a very solid DLC. Cameron Dayton, you nailed this zombies map right on the head, and it was fantastic. Easter egg, the ending, the beginning, it was all just awesome. And I'm proud to say, like, for one of the best maps in Call of Duty Zombies, to be honest, in my opinion. I think it's a good map to put to my name that I actually helped some of the zombies community with, and I'm really proud of that. But anyways, the other multiplayer maps, they were good. V2 I didn't really like too much. Operation Noski was okay. But yeah, anyways, 9 out of 10. I think that's pretty good. This was a very solid DLC. I think my favorite DLC of all of them. I can't wait to see what DLC 3 and 4 do. Then Black Ops 4 is going to be coming out. I think in May 17th we'll be seeing the reveal stuff for Black Ops 4, which is going to be pretty exciting. I already have it pre-ordered because I'm a Call of Duty fanboy, honestly. I will not deny it. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. I do mostly first-person shooters, all that stuff. Share this with your friends if you did find me somewhat not so ugly. But anyways, I love you guys. Goodbye.